For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles and make the desolate cities to be inhabited. Praise the Lord. We shall break forth. And in January, in February, our man of God has been, growing us, armoring us, so that we should be able to break forth. He has been giving us the arsenals that we should stand and run to the promise of God and be able to grab it without fear. Praise the Lord. So he said that in this year, the key word is force. We're doing things with force. We're not relenting. We're not waiting to request. We're not waiting for that email to come through. But we are going in through the force that God has already given us. Praise the Lord. Oh, yeah. Now that we have been equipped, now that we have been armored, today I want us to wage warfare. Those miracles, those petitions that have been on our list for some time, the new and the old, the bigger and the smaller ones, all petitions, including the encounters, including that which you are looking for. Is it a new job? Is it a promotion? Whatever you're desiring, we want to wage war together and trust God that He is going to perform wonders in our midst. Praise the Lord. Let us read Genesis chapter 38. Genesis 38 in the KJV, 27 to 29. I want you to see something very critical here. Genesis chapter 38 reads, and it came to pass in the time of her travail, that behold, twins were in her womb. 28. Let's move on to verse 28. Okay, let me read mine. And it came to pass in the time of her travail that, behold, twins were in her womb. And it came to pass, when she travailed, that the one put out his hand, and the midwife took and bound upon his hand a scarlet thread, saying, this one came out first. And it came to pass, as he drew back his hand, that's verse 29, that behold, she said, how hast thou broken forth? This breach be upon thee. Therefore his name was called Phares or Perez. Praise the Lord. So when you look at verse 29, this is Tamar. If you read the previous verses, it is telling you that this is the lady who had gotten married to almost 2, if not 3 sons of Judah. So the first son died. The second son, when she got married to him, he died as well. So he was afraid to give her the third son. And then what he did was to tell her to say, go back home. Let's wait for my child to grow. And then there's that story. But later the woman deceived Judah, and she portrayed as if she's a prostitute. And in the course, he slept with Judah in another land, in the other part of the land. And then she became pregnant. And when she became pregnant, verse 27 is telling us that she had twins. And out of those twins, in verse 28 is saying that the one who was supposed to be the firstborn first came out with a hand. When a child is getting born, they don't start with a hand. They start with a head. Praise the Lord. And then he had to take his hand back. He had to take his hand back. And in verse 29, that's where the Bible is telling us that the younger brother, the one who was meant to be the younger brother, the one who was declared to be the second born, he was then the one who came out. Praise the Lord. And then to ask, how hast thou broken forth? Praise the Lord. This is the year 2025. People are going to ask, how did you become number one? In that interview, we had people, we had someone whom we had put ahead. We had pressed a hand there. And on that hand, we had said, this is the one we are picking for this position. How have you come to be number one? Because they will not understand the grace of God that has been placed upon. I'm telling you, these are twins. And on this, the twins, the first one who was supposed to be the firstborn has just put a hand there, blocking for the other one to come out. And then he's coming out. And he is the one who has become the firstborn. You are becoming the firstborn. Praise the Lord. Hey! People will not understand. How have we endorsed this one? We had said, it was supposed to be someone else. This business was supposed to be given to someone. This tender, we know, we discussed. It was in the boardroom. We discussed that this business is not coming to this person. How did it happen? Force. Force. The force of God is working ahead of you. The force of God is working in your favor. The force of God is upon you. You just have to realize it and know that it has gone ahead of you, and surely you are going to make it in life in Jesus' mighty name. It is your season. If this is your season, even if someone puts a big foot in front of you, you are still going to come from the back and come to the front, and they'll be asking each other, how did he come from the back? Yeah, how did it happen? Where did he go through to get to the front and have this opportunity which we had kept for our relations? Praise the Lord. So you shall come out. You shall come out. I decree and declare that you shall receive that which men concluded that it is not yours. Praise the Lord. I decree and declare that the overtaking grace is upon you. You shall overtake. They shall start early. Maybe they have started earlier, but you have started now. But you have got the speed of God, which is going to take you to the front, and you're going to make it by the grace of God and by the power of God. Praise the Lord. The miracle of how did she do it? How did she do it? Let it manifest in your life. The miracle of how did he come here? How did he find himself in this seat? Let that manifest in your life, because God has gone ahead. He has prepared a place for you that as you walk in it, you're protected, you're covered, you're moving in by force. You're not even afraid, because God has carried you through in Jesus' mighty name. Hi, yeah. You may be appearing from the back. You may be appearing from the back. Which back? I'm saying you had really reached out. You have got all the papers. You have got every opportunity, everything that qualifies you, including the grace of God. And then someone tries to manipulate your opportunity. Someone is trying to manipulate your opportunity. I decree and declare that you are coming from the back and you are breaking forth in Jesus' mighty name. I want us this morning to break forth. Break forth. Break forth. Now, we've been given the arsenals, we've been given the power. It is our time now to break forth, to thrust out, to break out and grab that which belongs to us. Because we're not begging, we're not requesting anymore. We're not relying on the people that we give. We gave CV, our connections, we gave them the CV 8 months ago. Up to now, when you ask them, they say, keep waiting. Keep waiting. Opportunities have not yet come. This year, you're not waiting for a man. You're waiting upon the Lord. Let God choose the people that are going to help you, and he will appoint them as destiny helpers. You are looking up to God and not to man. So you are looking up to God. If he's going to choose a destiny helper, oh God, let this destiny helper come timely. You are not begging men. Praise the Lord. Let's read verse 29. Verse 29 of the same chapter, Genesis chapter 38, verse 29, but in Amplified Version. It says, then it happened as he drew back his hand that his brother came out unexpectedly. He came out unexpectedly. And she said, how did you break through? This breach is upon you. Therefore his name was called Perez. Amplified is saying that his brother came out unexpectedly. Don't worry. They're not expecting you. They're not expecting you to rise. They're not seeing you rising. But your rising is coming from God. Praise the Lord. They're not expecting you to make it in this life. They have already crossed on your name. That no, you're not rising. You're not going anywhere. But God is saying no. No. You live above. You live above all principalities. I already lifted you up. I already won the victory for you. So you are breaking forth. Praise the Lord. They will not understand. Not know how did it happen. Hey. Pray in other tongues briefly. Whatever is meant for me is coming forth. I take it by force. I take it by force.